The greatest teacher is called doing. Kevin Kelly. My friends, each and every day we do it. We practice on these charts. We practice trade. We learn by doing. And of course, as you get good, you can move into fractional trading. And in fact, I'll put that video back at the end of today's video for those who don't understand what that is. Small dollar amounts that you get to practice, your entry points, your exit points. If you're into stops or limits or whatever it might be, good till canceled, sell orders to enter, all that kind of good stuff. If you don't have our book, become a Patreon supporter. One of the first things that will be sent to you in addition to the three-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. Let's look at these charts. This is a big down day for the market. We have a few minutes left, not a whole lot, about 10 minutes. And we see the S&P is down about 1.5%. NASDAQ about 1.75%. Gold way down almost 4%. Everything is pulling back. Gold and Bitcoin, bonds and Bitcoin just a little bit. So let's jump first into the S&P 500. As we told you, as this week started, as the last week ended, heading down. This week, a real switch over we saw. Now, we had a little bump up on Monday, but then, of course, inexorably, everything tends toward the movement that we're seeing on the weekly chart. And we saw this massive trend break and break strong over. And of course, it continues to move down that way. 1.32%. You can see as we have the Tuesday, Wednesday, two-day candle coming to a close where things are bounding down there. Look at all the volume. The volume showed up this week and last week as the market got tired and pulled back and rolled over. Of course, you can see on the half day, little indecision looks like in the morning and then pushing down strong in the afternoon. Again, it's hard to tell with these Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, but we continue to move down. The one thing we love about, well, there's many things we love about Heikin-Ashi, but they take so much of the volatility, the confusion, having to look for all those confusing patterns that may or may not really tell you anything. Heikin-Ashi is just beautiful. If you haven't taken that training, look up our training. Our latest training is the best. The first one's good too. It's got hundreds of thousands of views. The latest one is better, so take that one. But we are, of course, pulling back, seeing this market pull back, and we are continuing to move down. Now, everything going on in the world, if something in the Middle East happened and everything went up beautifully, and all of a sudden it's peace reigning everywhere and the Strait of Hormuz is open and everything, so you could see this market fly right back around. Don't think that's going to be happening. Don't see it in the charts. I see things moving over and really pulling back strong. The NASDAQ 1.68% down right now as we head into the market close. Very similar to the S&P. Strong down movement on that two-day chart. Lots of volume. We're almost at average volume on Wednesday. We have not been at average volume. Last week we were, but prior to that, going all the way back to late March, in this run-up, we never hit average volume for the week, even as the average volume metric continued to move down. So lots of volume today. Look at all that on the half day. Look at it on the last two-day candles. So again, markedly bearish on stocks. What about bonds? Hard to tell, my friends. You know, we had things moving up that first week after the bottom. Had a nice green candle the week beginning 26th. Then at the end of last week, things pulling back strong. And this week, up, down, it's just sort of another doji right now. Lots of indecision in bonds. Again, we'll keep an eye on things, but hard to tell much of anything. Bonds have gotten like gold until recently. Let's go to gold. Gold, again, I told you I had penciled in here for you right about this level here. We had a support level. And what happened? It breached it. And I told you if it did, it's going to move down. And of course, it has. Gold over 4% right now. The next stopping place, somewhere here around the 460 mark, 360 mark. So again, gold pulling back strong today, going right in the direction we told you it would when it breached the support. When you see those supports blown out, it's like blowing the buttresses out from under a bridge. And what happens? The bridge collapses. That's what's happening in price on gold. If you're short on gold now, you are a happy person. What do we see going on with HODL? Still in the negative, my friends. It's not the least down, I guess, is bonds for the day, but just a little over 0.25% for Bitcoin. Again, hasn't reached the level of where it crushed down to last week, but again, continuing that march going into the fourth week of Bitcoin pulling back. Now, are you paying attention to what I put in here? How did I do this? Well, I took two different points. This first support level we found with the low Bitcoin hit back in February, and we're sitting right there on it. Look at the half day holding right around there. Look at the 2-day sitting right on it. Bitcoin could bounce off of it. If it pushes through it, that is our next level, somewhere around $13.90 on HODL. Got a ways to go. I mean, a long way from the 1730 mark. So again, keep a close eye. If Bitcoin bounces off, you can jump in and go long. If you're short on Bitcoin right now in a reverse fund, something like BITI, for a good practice trade, it's been going gangbusters for you, so keep an eye on things. We may very well bounce off this potential support, and if we do and Bitcoin gets some real energy and pushes up, that'd be great. But if the market keeps crashing, chances are Bitcoin's going to move down with it. It has in the past. So keep an eye on things. Pay attention. Learn by doing. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.